Hey, what's up, Team Takeover? This is Sean Senha here with the legendary, the guy you can hear all the way in the rafters from another arena across the city. Yeah, I know there isn't one here, but you can probably hear him in the Arco Arena. Mark Dellagrotte, you know, you bring to your fighters something that a lot of trainers don't, and you kind of storytell your fighters through a fight. You tell them exactly what to do. You're constantly there, and I can't believe they don't hear you because everybody in the arena does.
How can you miss this accent, bro? Really?
Yeah. Is that something you think helps with their confidence, being able to just be so vocal with your fighters and them trusting everything you say? Is that a real big part of your training?
It is, you know, and being from Boston and being the loudmouth guy with the funny accent, funny hat and glasses, like that's kind of like my stilo. It is what it is. Like I like to be very vocal in the corner, and I like to make sure that my fighters hear me. And we have a good rapport. All the fighters that I train, I have a great relationship with. We have a friendship first and foremost beyond coach and student, and they trust me and they believe in me, and I like to think that they're listening and they're tuning in, and if they can't hear me, everybody else can, no?
So you, if I'm not incorrect, you had two fighters tonight?
Well, I had Zoila. I cornered Zoila for a fight. She's a friend of the family, so to say, the Sikyotong family.
But she doesn't train with you full time necessarily?
No, she trains full time with George Gurgel, who is also a Sikyotong
Team George Gurgel?
Exactly, and is an extension of our family outside of Boston. So
good.
George obviously could not be here tonight because of his bout.
Right.
It was successful in his bout tonight with a 40.
Congratulations to George Gurgel.
Big up George Gurgel. It's about time you landed a submission. You're only a black belt, really?
Well, he never uses the jiu-jitsu. He wants to stand and bang.
He's so mad now, actually.
Yeah.
I talked to him. He's so mad that he actually didn't get busted up and get into a knockdown, drag him out war. But
yeah, you got to appreciate a fighter like that.
Exactly. You know, so Zoila is an extension of our family at Sikyotong, and now with George Gurgel full time. So I was here for Zoila and also cornered Rickon as well, who is a longtime friend and student of Sikyotong.
Did Rickon do his camp with you this time around?
Yes, he did. Yeah, Rick has been with us full time since day one. He's undefeated still. He comes from an extensive judo background, training with the great, legendary Jimmy Pedro, who's a huge name in judo. And you know, Rick came up with Jimmy, and Jimmy and I are working together in developing Rick's MMA, and he's been successful in doing so far.
What else you got on the horizon right now? Anybody coming out of your camp that you're really proud of? Looking like people that you might want to say, hey, they're not on the radar yet, but they're going to be. Any fighters like that coming out of there?
Absolutely. We have a ton of fighters coming up at Sikyotong, and that's one of the things that I've looked forward to recently is actually getting back to the fighters, getting back to my younger generation and bringing the younger generation up. It gets a little old after a while when you have fighters that just come in for training, fine-tuning, and they don't spend a full camp, and they haven't been with us through the ups and downs of the camp. And again, you know, some of these younger guys coming up, I really appreciate the fact that they're putting in time, and they've been with me for a long time, and they've respected me and been loyal and dedicated to me and my family. And some names that you might hear soon, Tateki Matsuda, obviously Rickon, up and coming big time. You know, Louis Karapi. There's a bunch of guys coming up that show tons of promise and tons of talent at the Sikyotong camp in Boston, and I'm looking forward to bringing up my next generation of great fighters.
That's great to hear. Well, man, thanks for the interview. I appreciate your time.
Thank you. Cup Kun Cup. Thank you.
You got anything you want to say to anybody out there?
Thanks everybody. Thank all the fans for being here for us. If it wasn't for you guys following the sport, which we love so dearly, man, I would not have a job. I wouldn't be able to feed my family. I'm forever grateful to everybody like yourself and all the fans. Thank you so much.
The biggest voice in Boston, Mark Dellagrotte.
The loudest voice with the funniest accent. Get at me.